What's up? Hey, what's up? A new bride has been rushed to the hospital after she couldn't stop orgasming for more than 2 hours. And just to show you that it's real, here's a video of her trying to talk to the nurse, but she keeps getting interrupted by orgasm spasms. That's what I'm gonna call them.
Nothing like this ever happened to you before?
Ever.
Did the Valium help?
I don't know yet. How long does it take before it?
Someone give that husband a sex award. She says in the video that she's embarrassed about it, but her husband who's filming seems to be loving it. I bet he was strutting around the hospital like he was the king shit. Everyone's looking at him and he's like, yeah, I did that. She said for the first 10 minutes she was like, this is fucking awesome. And then after a while, she was like, this is just exhausting. She had like a lifetime of orgasms in 2 hours. I hope this woman gets her orgasms under control, because that would really suck if it was like that girl that could never stop hiccuping. What if she had to go through everyday life orgasming? You know, she'd have to go like to the movies while she's having orgasm spasms, and everyone would be like, wow, she really likes this movie. The worst would be when she has to go in to get a pap test. The doctor would be all like, hell yeah, I've got the magic touch today. Most women find this creepy. A woman could get away with orgasming all day long while she does everyday things. She could probably still live a relatively regular life, but if it was a guy, he couldn't get away with that shit. I can't go to the doctor and get a prostate exam and then have an orgasm spasm. The doctor would be like, hey man, what the fuck? This is not a date! And it would only be a matter of time before you get arrested. All you have to do is have an orgasm spasm too close to a woman or a park, and you're fucked. The cops will be on your ass. But I hope this woman did get her orgasms under control, and I hope she's living a nice normal life again. And I can't wait to see their story on Sex Sent Me to the ER. I heard there was a guy recently on that show that had a legless lizard crawl up his penis. I didn't see the episode, but I read an article on it. Apparently his girlfriend wanted him to get more sexual, so he was running around naked in nature, or something like that, and a lizard crawled into his penis. Apparently he thought it was a little bit pleasurable at first. That was probably until he realized that it was a lizard crawling into his penis. Even if that feels good to you, it's not healthy to have things crawling around in your penis. Although it happens more than you would think. There was one guy that was peeing into a stream, and he had a little tiny fish crawl into his penis. And I used to think that was just a lie, but it's actually true. There's a parasite fish, and one of the ways that it gets into other fish is through their genitals. And it actually senses a chemical in urine. So that's what happened to this guy. He was peeing into the stream, and this little parasite fish smelled the chemical in his urine and swam right up his pee stream into his penis. Here's a picture of what the little fish looks like. It's called a kanduru, and I might not be pronouncing that entirely right, but you've got the spelling, so go Google it yourself. And he's lucky that he got this fish out of his body because it actually slowly eats away your flesh from the inside out, so this fish would have killed him. Well, I mean, I'm no parasite expert, but it would not have been good for the inside of his body. I think even worse was a story where a man had an eel crawl into his penis. He was at a Chinese spa and they were doing a treatment where he sits in a bath of eels, and one of the smaller eels crawled inside his penis and it just slivered up in there, and he tried to grab it out, but it's an eel, it's slippery. That's how it got in. It was self-lubricated. Lubed itself right up on in there. He said it hurt, and good, because if you said you liked it, I would have been worried. That eel actually went into his bladder and he had to get it removed. And he got it removed, he's fine. Here's the eel that was inside his body. That eel is 6 inches long. But I bet he tells everyone it was 8 inches. This guy was like, man, I tried to pull it out and I couldn't get it, so I was like, hell, that felt pretty good, maybe I'll shove a few more in. And then it just got out of control.